Saxena to begin with the session on the topic Information Technology in Environment and Human Health. Preeti ma'am.
Hello everyone. First of all, congratulations Neela ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Preeti.
Are you getting my voice?
Yes, yes.
I don't know. I am feeling that there is much formality here because I am not used to do this. Hello to everyone, Sandeep sir, Alka ma'am, Shruti ma'am, Shabi ma'am, Pooja ma'am, everyone. I can see the names of these some of the teachers only, but I am very happy to that I am here, and I don't. But I am not comfortable in this formal environment. I don't know why, because I have worked here for 4 years. Thank you so much for inviting me. Okay, this time. Now I'm sharing the screen. Please, I request host to enable the participant screen sharing. Because I am not able to share the screen here.
देखिए चेक करो, आप देखो। प्रीति, मैंने एनेबल कर दिया है शेयरिंग मल्टीपल पार्टिसिपेंट।
Just wait, let me see. Yeah, I'm trying. I think now it is on screen.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So it's always a pleasure to address the institution where you have taught for 4 years. And Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan is an eminent institution with excellent atmosphere academics. I am thankful to Dr. Sandeep Vajpayee for giving me a chance to interact with you all for EAC activity. And especially I am very much happy that I am interacting the teachers with whom I have worked with for all 4 years. So now the topic today I have chosen is the information technology in environment and human health. So today we are going to discuss the importance of information technology in catering to environment and health issues. So we will start with the information technology. Like you can see in the slide 1, we can define information technology as the application of computers and telecommunications and the equipments. We use these to store, retrieve, transmit, and manipulate data acquired for observation. The main advantage is of that it is easily accessible from any corner of the globe, and this also reduces cost and increases speed. Like you can see the info in this diagram, you can see the information technology which is used in computer, hardware, database, internet, security, software design, application, network, server, support, communication. Now the next slide shows the tools which we use today in information technology. So there are 3 tools which we use in information technology. First is remote sensing information system, from which we get the information from satellite. Second is geographical information system, and third is internet, the World Wide Web. So we will start from the remote sensing system. Like you can see in the slide, the remote sensing is the collection of data from the earth through a satellite. And this data is analyzed at the control station. Suppose this is here we are analyzing the this is computer analyst, and this is analyzing at the control system, and the data it is collected from the earth itself. You can see from the earth atmosphere, then at number 4 it goes to satellite, and from antenna receiver it goes to the computer analysis. So this is called remote sensing. Now, the acquired data which we have stored in the database, this is the database, is used to generate thematic maps. We can see there are two thematic maps which are formed with the help of database. Now, how can we use remote sensing data? There are various fields in which remote sensing data can be used, like monitoring wind erosion, monitoring water logging, monitoring the condition of remnant vegetation, cereal crop yielding mapping, predicting salinity, monitoring rangeland conditions, and especially if we talk about the advantages of remote sensing data. So the two advantages are that it is very cost effective, and the second one is that it can monitor broader areas. Now, after the remote sensing, now the second one is geographical information system. So the geographical information system is the, we can say, linkage or bond between the data application, and that applications are used by the people. Next. So this is GIS, or we can say a geographical information system. It is designed to capture, store, manipulate, analyze, manage, and present all types of spatial and geographical data. GIS, or geographical information system, is used to study the environment, report on the phenomenon and mode of the working, and responding of environment to natural and man-made factors. Various measures are there, or we can, with the help of GIS, we can measure the changes in wildlife habitat encroachment and improve workflow processes from data gathering and analysis and publication and distribution of findings. And the good example for this is Project Tiger. Geographical information system in Project Tiger is used to accurately estimate the track and to protect the remaining tigers which are left in the country. So in the next slide, you can see that there are some locations here, and GIS is also used in tracking location. Like this is our college, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. So this GIS is also used in tracking locations also. Now, next slide shows the global spread of disease. Like this slide, I have chosen of COVID-19 case, and it is the data of 21st October 2020, and you can see the regions here that the global spread of various diseases can be analyzed by using such maps. The displayed map shows the cases of COVID-19 and their density throughout the world. And I have told you, I have mentioned the date earlier. This density is shown the date on 21st October 2020. Now, these are the only applications of GIS where we can use the GIS. This can be used in predicting earthquakes and other natural calamities, the industrialization and advancement of civilization can be planned using such a system. Like GIS we are using in analysis of earthquake diseases, GPS technology, like I have told you about the location, by locating suitable areas for industrial growth, and 3D thematic maps which I have shown in the earlier slide. Now, the next is we are talking about the human health. As I have told you, that is information technology. Now, the next topic, which is of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, health information technology provide umbrella framework, describe the management of health work, and it also helps in exchange between consumers, providers, government, quality entities, and insurers. And HIT, there is a short form HIT, which shows health information technology. It provides, as I have told you, it provides the umbrella framework. Now the next is databases. We all know when we have to if we have to go to any result or assumption, we have to collect the data. Like this here also, the data is collected here first of all, and which is gone through various databases which are classified as for requirement DNA databases and genetic information about population, medical records, and fingerprintings. Like here you can see the information and statistics about diseases like COVID-19, malaria, fluorosis, AIDS, etc. are the important examples. Now, the second one is biological databases. Biological databases, you can see these are the there are the major biological databases as NCBI, PDB, PCR databases, proteomics, protein interaction databases. Like NCBI is the National Center for Biological Information, which contain several databases which store genome data, protein data, nucleotide and genotypes. Similarly, the Natural Center for Biotechnology is there, PDB, which is known as Protein Data Bank, and several other databases, including PCR databases, metabolic signal pathways, RNA, proteomics, etc., are used as biological databases. Next. Now, it is a global burden of disease. What is the global burden of disease? Or we can say it GBD. It is a comprehensive regional and global assessment of mortality and disability from major diseases, injuries, and risk factors. So here we assess about the mortality or disability which people got from major diseases or injuries or risk factors. And it is commissioned in 1990 between 100 of experts, and it helps in estimating the spread and prevalence of diseases and the major causes of death worldwide. So especially global burden. Burden means which is related to the mortality. And the whole project was made possible to of storing, assessing the data or inferring the data, by which the mortality rate and the natality rate both can be recorded on the databases. Now, it is a very popular term nowadays, biometrics. We all know it is also used in attendance nowadays, biometrics. So it is related to human characteristics and traits. So biometric authentication is used in computer science, in identification. As I have told you, in attendance also, it is also used nowadays. And we can see in mobile also, there is a technology like face recognition or retina recognition. And one of the largest, we can say, biometric database in the world is Aadhaar. Okay. Now, next is bioinformatics. We all know, we have studied bioinformatics, that it is an interdisciplinary field that develops method and software tools for understanding biological data. And bioinformatics includes computer science, statistics, mathematics, and engineering to process biological data. And if we talk about the applications in sequence of bioinformatics, so analysis, databases, literature, structure, gene and protein expression analysis, algorithms, statistical methods are used to assess relationships. Now we talk about the telemedicine. Telemedicine means we can get the medical help with the help of telephone. Suppose we are in the area where doctors are not available, or in night the doctors are not available, so we can contact them on telephone. So this will be called as telemedicine. So it is the important information technology in order to provide clinical care at distance. So it helps eliminate distance barriers. It benefits remote regions where specialists are not there. So those people can talk with the specialist through telephone. It also eliminates the possibility of transmission of infectious disease, because we are talking through telephone, so there will be no transmission of infectious disease. Now, the next is e-health. E-health is relatively recent term nowadays for healthcare practice, and it includes health applications and links on mobile phones referred to as mHealth, especially like in the case of depression. Some patients don't want to go to the doctor, so they can contact the doctor, or they can solve their problem with the help of e-health. Like in case of mental illness like depression, e-health provides anonymity to users, so they cannot be easily assessed. Okay, it is gaining momentum in academic research as well as psychology, clinical work, family, marriage therapy, and mental health counseling. Now, next is biomechanics. Mechanics, we all know mechanics means movement. So, biomechanics, like you can see in the diagram, there are robots. So, robots are used for doing work, like to simulate biological organism, and nanotechnology has been also used in these studies. And in biomimicry, robots have to be programmed to make mechanisms simpler and more effective. There are some restaurants also in the world where they are programmed to work as a waiter also. So research on human robot is increasingly nowadays popular. Now, next is broadcasting. It is a, we can say broadcasting is a, it has a major role in IT and telecommunication. IT or information technology helps in spreading awareness about diseases and preventive measures to be taken. Recently, Ebola outbreak has been extensively controlled or covered, we can say, or reported. So, telecommunication help in containment of the disease. Now, next is how to control the diseases. So, first of all, we all know if there is infectious disease, so first process should be there, that it should be isolation of
Dr. Sandeep Bajpai. Dr. Bajpai, can you hear me? Dr. Bajpai, can you hear me? Dr. Sandeep Bajpai? Yes, yes, you are audible. Please. Please proceed for a vote of thanks.
Am I audible? Am I audible, ma'am? Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes. Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, you are audible.
Okay. I'm facing some network problem. No.
Yes.
Gratitude is one of the least articulate of the emotion. With this quote, I would like to wish a very good morning to one and all here. I, Dr. Sandeep Bajpai, first of all, extend my sincere thanks to Almighty God, with whose blessings and grace we are able to make this event. I extend a hearty vote of thanks on behalf of our college and on my behalf to our eminent guest speaker, Dr. Preeti Saxena ma'am, who spared her valuable time from her busy schedule, especially on a very short notice, to grace this occasion. Thank you so much, ma'am. You have given a very nice and informative talk about the topic that has enlightened our knowledge, and I'm sure students also have enriched their knowledge by the informative views shared today by ma'am. We are sure that we would be able to hear your valuable thoughts in our future programs also. Thank you once again, ma'am.
Thank you so much for having me, all of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks
I am
are
very
also due
glad.
to our
I am
principal,
very
ma'am, for
glad
giving.
to join all of you, to see all of you for a very long time, and I am so happy.
Same here, ma'am. We were also very eager to meet you.
And I miss my colleagues and students also.
Thank you, Preeti.
We miss you too, ma'am. We miss you too, ma'am.
Welcome, ma'am. Welcome.
Okay, so thank you so much, ma'am.
Can you go for the next session?
Thank you.
Students are requested to join the next meeting
And
right
we
now.
are ending this meeting here.
Okay, ma'am.
At-
Thank you.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay.